Coach, when you got back from league meetings in Orlando, what was your reaction when you heard the trade was finalized, that you guys were obtaining Hassan Reddick from the Philadelphia Eagles?
It's good. We're excited about it. Hassan has been a producer his entire career. Unbelievable character, unbelievable mental makeup, and I've always said it, with pass rushers, the more the merrier. So we can get a couple more, that'd be awesome.
Why has he been so productive, especially over the course of the last 4 seasons? 15.5 sacks, I think that's 4th in the National Football League.
He's got a great feel for the game. He's not a one-way rusher. He's a three-way rusher in that he can beat you around the edge, he can beat you with a counter move inside, and he can run right through your face. He's very good with his hands, he's very instinctive, he understands where the quarterback is, and obviously he's got tremendous athleticism and skill.
What can he mean to a guy like Will McDonald as he continues to progress here in his NFL career?
I think he can help out everybody. When you look at Will, they're different body makeup. Obviously Will is much longer, ganglier, but the same type of a mindset where Will can win outside, Will can win inside, and Hassan, being a smaller guy, had to learn how to run through someone's face, and he's figured that out. That's where Will's got to take that next step, is he's got to figure out how to run through someone's face and be able to get movement when he does it. And when he does that and he becomes a three-way rusher, Will be just as dominant.
How big of a culture add is he? Because his production speaks for itself, but just the way he speaks, not only the confidence he exudes, but in terms of he wants to help other guys in the locker room, he wants to lead. And just there's a humility about him as well.
He was a big part of the discussion when I was the D coordinator in San Francisco, our first year, I believe. Just his mental makeup and character were off the charts, and everything you've heard about him as a pro, he is loved and revered by his teammates, and adding him to this group and adding that knowledge and the expertise, the veteran leadership is always a bonus.
What about the changing parts of the defensive tackle position next to Quinn Williams, specifically the younger guys, when you're talking about Javon Kinlaw and then Leki Fotu?
Yeah, first it was awesome to get Saleh back. Really excited to have him back in the fold, and he's another one of those guys that brings energy for days and just an unbelievable locker room presence, and he's getting more and more productive on the football field. To get Kinlaw and Fotu, we've managed to get bigger on the interior, which was important to us, but not at the risk of losing athleticism. A guy like Leki, people don't realize he's got 4.8 play speed at 330 pounds, which
Former
is
rugby player.
Ridiculous. He's just scratching the surface, and we're really excited about him and his ability to take that next step in his professional career, asking him to do something that he's never been asked to do, but very capable of doing it. And then obviously Javon, we drafted him in San Fran. All kinds of talent, tenacity, intensity, strength, and power. I think he's going to learn a lot from Quinnen. I think he's still not even scratching the surface of the direction I think he's going. He's still every bit of the #1 pick that we thought we took way back in 2020, I believe it was. But he's got a great opportunity. He's coming to a room that's got some good depth and good balance around him, so he can just focus on getting better.
You mentioned the emphasis in the offseason, getting bigger there at the defensive tackle position, huh?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. When you look at those two, they're both over 320 pounds. You throw in Quinnen, and we're pretty meaty on the inside, but Jermaine's big on the outside, and you still got JFM, you still got Michael Clemens, so we feel really good about that group.
What about the safety spot? You guys decide to re-sign Chuck Clark, and obviously you're going to pair him up with Tony Adams. Yeah,
Chuck, the injury was so unfortunate, but during OTAs he gave us just a taste of what it's like to be in his presence, and I'm talking about elite character and locker room presence. Obviously the football player is already been established in our mind. He's a heck of a football player, incredibly instinctive, he's got great versatility to him, so hopefully get him in that room where he's there constantly. We're excited about that tandem.
Would you say you guys are not done at the safety position? Because you got Chuck, you do have Tony, Ashton Davis remains a free agent out there, Jordan Whitehead goes back to Tampa, and you do have JBC as well.
Traditionally we keep 4, and we love Ashton. I know he's out there, I know he's looking, but if he watches this video, we love you, buddy.
And you got the draft coming up as well.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But there's still work to be done, whether it be the draft, free agency. There's still a lot of work to be done in that room.
The emphasis of fortifying the offensive line, that might have been the top of the chart. here to start the offseason. So what did you think about the additions of John Simpson, Morgan Moses coming back here to One Jets Drive, and then finally Tyron Smith?
Yeah, getting Morgan was awesome. We had him for a year and realized that a year wasn't enough. We want him back. Again, another one of those guys, elite character, elite locker room presence, old soul, and that he's going to come to work every day and he's going to put in a good day's. He's going to pack his lunch pail and go to work. John Simpson, same thing. I love his story and the adversity that he had to fight through to earn a starting spot in Baltimore. And he's still young. He hasn't even scratched the surface of where we think he can go. And then Tyron, to get someone of his caliber, he's proven he's been one of the best pass protectors in all of football for a very long time. So to get him here has been pretty cool.
You live in the weight room, and the National Football League is all about toughness. What does it say about Morgan that he played last season with a torn pec?
Those types of guys, man, they're relentless. They don't want to let their team down. They don't want to let they just don't want to let people down. And obviously he's got a self-pride for the name on the back of his jersey, and but that's just the type of person he is.
What mindset do you want from the offensive line as a collective?
Similar to the D-line, you know, O-line, D-line, it's about strain, it's about mindset, it's about finish, it's about having that endless desire to get their job done by all means necessary. And it's hard. It's hard to play on the lines. D-line's hard, O-line's hard. It's hard in there because you're just banging constantly and you're asked to do things that the rest of the positions aren't asked to do. And you know, so relentless strain from the offensive line. When we can get that, it'll open up everything else.
You've coached guys to try to beat Tyron in the past. What makes him such an elite technician?
He's so long, so athletic. His feet are they move so well for a man his size. But you know, he's got these, I think, like 36 plus inch arms, which is ridiculous. And he can get his hands on you in a hurry, and he's so strong he can just lock you up. So combination of length, foot speed, and obviously he just knows how to play the game.
How important will the plan be for him? Because I talked to Mike McCarthy in Orlando about Tyron, and he said, hey, listen, we came up with the best plan we've had here last year, and he was able to go out there and play at an effective level, an elite level for the games he did appear in.
That's what we're working on, trying to figure out what's best for him. We're gathering information from Dallas. Whatever we come up with, we're going to be excited about, but obviously communication, constant communication with him, and speaking to him. The man wants to practice, the man wants to be on the field. Sounds like one of those guys that we're going to have to protect from him.
Speaking of plan, does what you guys did with Breece Hall help you this year in your plan of attack with a guy like Mike Williams?
Yeah, you know, Breece, coming off the injury, obviously, you know, a lot of it was our doing. We wanted to slow play. The young man didn't want to push him out there so fast. He got better and better and better as the year went on. So you're looking at ways to create situations where defenses just can't tee off on one person. So you look at Breece, you look at Garrett, now adding Mike Williams and Conklin and Rucker. You know, we feel like we've got a good group of guys that teams are going to have to pay attention to.
Why has he been such a beast in those one-on-one situations down the field?
He's big, he's long, he doesn't panic with the ball in the air, he's got great body control. He's a pretty damn good receiver.
All right, so can we end here? Draft on the horizon, but can you talk about the roster as a whole, where it is right now, what you feel as a head coach, and also at the same time, one thing you made clear in Orlando, you said, hey, listen, we've made some nice additions and nice moves, and we're happy about it. We're confident, but at the same time, we won't win games until you get to the season.
Yeah, it's everyone's always excited about what they do in the preseason. There's 31 other teams that feel like they knocked their offseason out of the park, and we've got to win games. And until we step on the field in September, none of this, it all matters because of preparation. But all the hype, all the excitement, it's, as far as I'm concerned, we haven't done anything yet.
Got a lot of flexibility heading into that draft now.
Oh yeah, Joe D's got to be excited.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you.